Charity's Bakery. Southern Charity's Bakery. Yes, dogs and divas. Today is Friday, and what is it time for? Another Frugal Diva. What? No music. Of course, we're going to have the intro. Just gave it to ya. But we're going to step right on into this rant. Of course, today's rant is going to be on the whole presidential win. Yes, I am going to talk about that because the rant is not actually about Donald Trump. It is about the president-elect and how that comes about. This is what the rant is about. Okay, first off, I have been watching the news. I have watched different stations. They have it all over the United States. They're protesting here and protesting there, saying that they didn't want him, this, that, and the other, blah, blah, da, 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 hoop-de-hoop, whatever. But at the end of the day, we have to really understand what is going on. You see, when it comes down to it, people are so up in arms because Hillary Clinton won the popular vote, but she didn't win the presidency because she didn't win the electoral college. The electoral vote. So in any case, let's break this down. Because I see that there's a lot of people who think they know what they're doing and they do not. First, let's start with the people who did not vote. You didn't vote. Yet, you're up in arms about the fact that Donald Trump got in office. Really? You didn't vote, but you're up in arms because Donald Trump got in office. We're going to leave you alone right now. Get the gun, I'm going to shoot the sugar honey iced tea with you. But we're going to leave those people right there alone right at this moment. Now let's go over to the people who did vote and decided to cast their vote for fictional characters and all kinds of idiotic foolishness. People cast their vote for Mickey Mouse. As usual, people do that kind of stupidness. Donald Duck and they write themselves in, and what else? What other stupidness? Oh, Harambe was a big one this year. They did Harambe. I mean, really? So you took it as a joke, and now the joke's on us. Trump's in office. Really? This is where we're going with this. This is where we're going with this. And now everybody want to be in an uproar. As usual, the United States of America is always either A, in somebody's business, or B, not minding their own business, or C, waiting until the horse get out to close the doggone barn door. Now let's go back to the electoral college. Let's get back onto that. Let's get back onto that and how Trump won, okay? And how we basically, I won't say we because I happen to be in a state that Trump didn't win. I live in New York State, so Trump didn't win this state. So excluding the states, I am not talking to the dons and divas of all of the states that Trump did not win. I'm not talking to any of y'all. Okay? I'm not talking to any of y'all. None of y'all dons and divas, y'all can plug your ears if you want to. I'm not talking to any of y'all because y'all are not the problem. Okay? Y'all not the problem in the least. Let me tell you who voted for Donald Trump. All of the people who are in the states that he won. Now you might say, but wait a minute, when I went to the polls, some of the people that went to the polls who didn't play around, put Harambe and all that other kind of craziness, and who actually went to the polls and voted and did vote for Hillary. No, I voted for Hillary. No, you did not vote for Hillary. Let me explain why you did not vote for Hillary. I work for the election polls 2 to 3 times a year. I never work on election day for presidency because it's not worth it. It's just truly not. It's just truly not worth it for me. It's not worth it. If it don't make sense, it can't possibly make any dollars. It's not worth it. The hassle, the craziness, the whole thing, it's not worth it. Okay? And I make enough salary to not have to do it. I just I just work the other elections, not I never work on the presidential election. It's just too much craziness. Now, the reason why I am making that a point is because when you do not turn out for the primaries and when you do not turn out for the other elections, you have people who only vote when it comes down to picking a president. And if you wait to when it comes down to picking a president, darling, Dawn, Diva, it is too late. Because let's go back again to the Electoral College. How did the Electoral College get to cast their votes? They got to cast their votes through us. See, what we do is we put these people in the Senate seat. And through that, they get the House of the Representatives. And the House of Representatives vote together within themselves to pick the leader of the House. So, when you do not come out and vote for the Senate and those kinds of seats in the House of Representatives and stuff in that nature, when you don't come out and do those votes because you feel they don't matter, you feel you don't care, how the case may be, when you don't come out and get and vote in judges and vote in the Attorney General and all that other kind of good stuff, when you don't come out and do that, okay, you are then part of the problem. You have then cast your vote for presidency because those people who are voted into office are the people who you are saying has your best interests at heart. Meaning that whatever it is that their politicians, whatever politicians' ideology that they have, is what you're saying you primarily have. So if your Senate person is a right-wing conservative, then that is what you're saying you are. If they're liberal, then that's what you're saying that you are. Because of the simple fact, because they are there to represent you. So you do not pick a president on the day of the president election. You pick your president on the days of Senate elections. That's when you pick your president. I don't understand why we don't understand that. I can't wrap my head around the fact that you don't understand that. And that's what I can't wrap my head around. And see, I can say this because I happen to live in a state where our senator is a Democrat who I believe has our best interests. So, yes, they can go in because people have been complaining and saying a coup and a this and that and how it could be turned over. But there's only maybe like 3 or 4 times that has happened. Usually, whatever it is that they said that they were going to do is what they normally do when they go in and actually do those casting of votes. That's what they do. Because at the end of the day, when I say you, I'm meaning like the Senate, whatever the case may be, the House, if the person in the House does not vote the way that they said they were going to vote, that means they have gone rogue and they know they're going to pay for it. And do you know how many in the House of Representatives, how many in the Senate have to go rogue for Hillary to then become president? Too much. Too many. Too many. So when you sit down and you're sitting here complaining about the fact that Donald Trump is now president, you need to then look at yourself and understand that if I would have came out and I would have voted when it came down to it with the Senate, then this may not have happened. So, running around and doing all this craziness, and then let me talk about the other people, the other fools. Okay, let's talk about the other fools. You know, there's a lot of things that I think that are not right. You know, I have a lot of personal beliefs that are not right. But I am not going to take my crazy ideology, my inconceivable, idiotic thinking, and try to bring it to the masses. The reason why I say that is because you have different places now that he has become president. You know, now that Trump has become president, you have different people doing and saying the most idiotic stuff. You know, you're telling people that different campuses and, college campuses, they're writing down Black Lives Don't Matter and telling in one school, it was in high school, I forgot which high school it was, somebody wrote up a letter, for deportation. Really? Really? Snatching off, the Muslims' headdresses, the Muslim women's headdresses. Really? Really? Is all that called for? Stupidity. Because at the end of the day, all that you're doing, if somebody beat the out of you, I can guarantee you Donald Trump is not going to come to save you. I can guarantee you that. Because he ain't got time for that. But in any case, like I said, now I'm going to go back to the fools who wrote in, who actually went down to the, to vote and wrote in things like Harambe and Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck and their own name and all kinds of craziness. If you are not part of the solution, then you're part of the problem. Why on God's green earth would you waste your vote by going down to write in Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, Harambe, and your own name? Why? 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 Just plain stupidity. And I'm not going to, in any way, like I said, I wasn't going to talk about Donald Trump and whatever he did. I'm not going to talk about Hillary either, because I have a lot to say about her too. But in any case, I voted for Hillary. I wouldn't say that I didn't think she had a snowball chance in hell of winning. I believe that she only had a 30% chance of winning. That was really my take on it. Because the simple fact of the matter, like I said, I'm not going to talk about, the things that I saw that she did, and I've talked about, that she did way even before, we got the results of the election. There are things that I talked about that she did that I'm going to leave that alone. But in any case, like I said, my rant today is on just plain old stupidity and not knowing how the process works. You cannot fix something if you don't know how it works. That's it, and that's all. You cannot fix if you do not know how it works. You have to first know how it works to be able to fix it. And running around here with all this craziness about how Hillary had the popular vote, you don't understand how she didn't win the election because, matter of fact, I'm just going to talk a little bit about that in the popular vote. Okay, I'm going to try to break it down in such a way that we can all understand. I'm not even going to talk about election. I'm going to use an example. We have many diseases out here that are debilitating, that are killing us. So I'm just going to pick, you know what I'm going to pick? Because simple fact that there are so many different cancers and forms and things of that nature, I'm not going to pick cancer. I am going to pick HIV. Now, we're not even going to talk about there's a cure for HIV, this, that, and the other case may be. We're not going to talk about that. We're just going to talk about the medicines that they have for HIV that are helping people to live longer. That's what we're going to talk about. Now, how do you think that they came up with these medicines to be able to help people live longer with HIV? They went through many different testing phases. But when it came down to human beings, you know who they tested on? The population that they always test for. Men. In particular, white men. That is who they always want to save. White men. Anytime something is being studied or tested or how the case may be, it is for white men. Now, I know you might think that I am being racist in what I'm saying, but I'm not in any way being racist in what I am saying. I am trying to get you to understand the people who are cared about. White men. Because when they do these different tests and these different studies and these different this and these different that, those are the people who they are going to be able to get money from. They can get money from all of us, but the ones that they concentrate on is the one that they're going to get the most money from. And that would be the one who has the most privilege. The one who has the most to lose. The one who has the most wealth. White men. So that is why they do these studies and these different things, whatever it may be, it always pertains to white men. So now let's bring it back to the election. Who was the popular vote? It wasn't everybody. Hillary won the educated white male votes. That is what the popular vote is. That is what they are looking at. They are looking at the educated white male. And at the end of the day, we all know that even though the educated white male is who they do studies on, the majority of the country is not an educated white male. It's made up of so much more. White women, black men, Indian men, Indian women, Asian men, Asian women, East Indian men, East Indian women, Iranian women, Iranian men. You get the picture of what I'm saying? When you add us all together and pick out a sector of the pie, that's only like freaking 1/8 of the pie. The white men are only like 1/8 of the pie. All those others represent 7/8 of the pie. So even though she got the popular vote, that wasn't the plentiful vote. I know y'all get that. I know that y'all get that. In any case, Frugal Diva, I am out. I'm tired of this, so I'm not going to even bother to talk about it anymore. Leave your comments in the comment section. I do read all comments. Okay? I do read all comments. And I'm going to just put this video up. I'm not going to put no extras to it. Nothing else. Smooches, Dawns and Divas.